Hello everyone, James from Junkyard Fox. Thank you so much for joining us. We're out here in the beautiful mountains of Cloudcroft, New Mexico. We're enjoying some very light snowfall and just enjoying spring. I cut my winter coat and we're just out here relaxing. And I thought for just to start off spring right, I'm going to do a very relaxing, calming video. Today I'm going to do some camp cooking. I'm going to show you guys how to go ahead and make green chili and potato stew. A very easy recipe, but it is a damn fan favorite. So hope you all are hungry. Thank you for joining me. Now for the amount that I'm going to make is enough to serve 2 people, or if you're camping, say overnighter, this is enough to feed you for dinner, and then you can have some left over for the next morning's breakfast. And trust me, heating this up in the morning with a fresh cup of coffee, it doesn't get better than that. Anyway, so for this amount of servings, we're going to have 3 green chili, 1 medium-sized onion, 1 small clove of garlic, 4 medium-sized potatoes. Now I didn't have medium-sized potatoes, they're kind of small, so that's why I'm using 5. That's all I had on me. But general rule of thumb is you use 2 potatoes per person, 2 medium-sized potatoes. 1 large bowl of mushrooms, or 1 large handful of mushrooms. I generally use the whole packet from the store. Shredded cheese, whatever kind you like, whatever kind you prefer, that's up to you. I like my food a bit spicy, so I chose pepper jack. 1.5 cups of vegetable broth. First of all, the oil we're using is olive oil. Whatever oil you prefer, that's up to you. And then we're going to use some salt, some ground red pepper, coriander, and cumin. Now I stumbled into this recipe because I'm trying to eat a little healthier. As you all know, I love my steak, I love fishing and trapping and all that stuff. However, it's not healthy for humans to be eating meat every day. We're omnivores, not obligate carnivores like, say, felines, for example. So I'm trying to eat a little healthier, but at the same time I do enjoy eating, so I don't like to sacrifice taste and stuff like that. And I've realized that this meal is very hearty. It's become a fan favorite at my house. It's really good. In case you yourself, personally you want to add beef or whatever, feel free to modify it, but just go ahead and give this a try. Right now we already rinsed all our vegetables, of course. Want to get rid of whatever may be on them, whatever residue of pesticides and all that. And then in the meantime, we're going to get our green chili, and we're going to place them on the grill because we're going to roast them and then peel them. I don't want the fire to get too crazy because I got a lot of cutting to do, but just let them slow cook, slow roast. In the meantime, let's get to cooking our potatoes. And for today, we're going to be using my LT Wright Genesis in a flat grind. That flat grind right there is just excellent for slicing through veggies, just kitchen work in general. So let's get to it. And this Kip Hart flat grind is really good for crushing this. And that's it. A little bit of garlic goes a long way, so we don't need too much of this. Okay, in the meantime, while we're doing this, let's keep an eye on our green chili. We don't want to overdo it. Make sure that it's getting roasted evenly. Alright, so these chilies are nice and roasted. I'm going to pull out one at a time, give it a quick rinse, kind of cool it off. This one got cooked very good. Now you want to be careful when you're doing this because a lot of times the trapped heat in there can burn you. The vapors, the moisture in there. So when I rinse it, I give it a quick rinse to remove the char, and it's cooler water, so it starts cooling it off. So it's hot, but it's not hot enough where it's burning me, where it's, it's gonna hurt you. So there we go. And you can cut them up a little more. It's up to you how fine you want to slice them. I don't need them to be too sliced, but enough where there's enough green chili spread across the stew. Alright, well, all our veggies have been processed. They're cut down, and the fire is nice and hot, so let's go ahead and place our pan on here. And we're going to let it warm up for about 30 seconds, and then we're going to place olive oil. Just a little bit, probably like about a tablespoon. Mix it in there, get it nice and warm. Alright, time to place the onion first. There we go. And just let it mix in there. Get nice and soft. So we're going to leave it there for about 3 to 4 minutes so it softens up. Next is the potatoes. I'm dropping them everywhere. Garlic. Okay, and then we're going to use half a teaspoon of coriander. Drop it in there. 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. And normally you use about 1 teaspoon of salt. I have the shaking one. I've been using the Himalayan sea salt. I really like this salt. And then some ground red pepper just to give it some extra spiciness. Then the green chili. And then lastly, the mushrooms. Okay, so all the veggies are in here, along with the spices. We're just mixing them in for a couple minutes. Mixing it all in. And then time for the veggie broth. Normally you would do a cup, and I brought the measuring cup just for this. You can eyeball it once you get used to it, but just for the sake of, showing you guys, it's usually about 1 cup of the veggie broth. And then I personally like my stew a little bit soupy, so I kind of give it a 1.5. Just so it can have a little bit more juice. Mix it up just a little bit. And then close it up. And we're going to let it get nice and hot. We're going to bring it up to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, then we're going to just let it simmer. Alright, so we've let our fire slowly die down. It's been about 40 minutes. And basically we were just waiting for the potatoes to get nice and soft. And now everything's soft. So now we're just going to take it out of the fire and then let it cool down just a little bit because you don't want to burn yourself. But check that out. Potatoes, green chili, mushrooms, garlic, onion. Oh man, This is awesome right here. Especially on a cold day like today where it's we have a little bit of snowfall, so you know it fluctuates. Being high up here in the mountains, it gets a little cold, then it warms up, and then it gets cold. So as you guys know, when you're camping, stew just hits the spot. All right, so it's chow time. Now, personally, guys, I like my stews a little soupy, so they're a little bit more watery. I know a lot of people like them a little thicker. If that's the case, then just remember that once you make your stew, you can always just smush up a little bit of the potatoes here on there, and the starches from the potatoes will just naturally just absorb a lot of the moisture, so they'll thicken it up a little bit. But here's my bowl with the crappy spoon that I carved last year. And then this is where your cheese comes into play. And then right now that it's nice and warm, place some cheese on top so it melts onto it. Now, in case you want to go a little bit healthier, you can do something like cut up cilantro. But I love cheese, so this is what I'm gonna have. And then, of course, salt and pepper to taste, in case you want more flavor onto it. Let's test this out. Oh yeah, the potatoes are just so soft. The mushrooms, the cheese is just all melted. Perfect for this cold day. Can you catch the steam from the bowl? I don't know if the camera can get that. Man, this is perfect. I actually think this might be my best batch yet, and I make this once a week at my house. It's a hit at home. Now, what I like about this stew, is it's a very healthy recipe. A lot of veggies go in there. Now, of course, yes, I embellished it with some cheese and stuff like that for more flavor. But, you know, if you want to go a little bit more bare bones and eat a little healthier when out on the trail, this is a great recipe. What I also like is these veggies. They're hearty food. They're flavorful, but at the same time, they can take a beating. Like the potato, the green chili. You know, you can have them in your haversack or in your backpack while you're hiking. You know, and they're not going to spoil easily. They're not going to damage themselves very easily. So, they can hang in there until you get to your campsite or your destination. And then, you can make your stew. So that's what I like about them as well. Now, once again, I very highly recommend this. I know you guys are going to really enjoy it. And it's springtime, so I'm sure all of us are going to start getting outside more. Especially myself, work is finally calming down, so I'm hoping to do more traveling, more camping, and more videos soon to come as well. Well, guys, I'm going to enjoy my stew. Once again, try it out. And go ahead and comment below, what's your favorite stew when out on the trail? So give us a like if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys next week. Now go outside and get your boots dirty.